Hey everyone, it's Jacqueline for Pixie Dust PhD. When you're booking your vacation to Walt Disney World, you can book a package through Disney. This combines your hotel room with your tickets, and additionally you can add the Disney dining plan if you desire. However, you can also book your hotel and your tickets completely separately. In today's video, we'll go over considerations when thinking about booking a package or booking everything separately. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, hey, I'm Jacqueline here at Pixie Dust PhD. We mostly talk about Walt Disney World planning, as well as Disney Vacation Club planning and considerations, and sometimes we venture into other Disney topics as well. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. My goal is to hit 100 subscribers by my birthday, so if you've enjoyed my past content or you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. And moving right into vacation packages. Ultimately, vacation packages at Walt Disney World can just be a nice, simple way to book your vacation. These Magic Your Way Disney vacation packages include your hotel as well as your tickets. Pending resort availability, you can make a package out of anything, meaning you really could stay at any resort as long as it was available for the dates you wanted to go. When booking a package, base theme park tickets will automatically be selected. A base theme park ticket simply means you can only enter one park per day, and you're in control of choosing the number of days of park entry you would like. And then you can add additional ticket options if desired. For example, you can upgrade your base tickets to park hopper tickets for an additional fee. Similarly, you can add options that include visits to things like the NBA experience, ESPN Wide World of Sports, and more. If you pick one of these packages that includes access to the golf courses, be sure to book your tee time in advance. Next, when booking your package, you can select a dining plan if you desire. Remember that all guests in your party in that same hotel room will have to utilize the same type of dining plan, and no one can opt out. Recently, I did an entire video explaining the Disney dining plan, so check that out if you have any questions. However, the dining plan is not mandatory when booking a package, so if you don't want it, go ahead and scroll to the bottom of the page to continue without the dining plan. And whether or not you purchase the dining plan, be sure to make your dining reservations 180 days in advance of your arrival. It's best practice to make dining reservations for any sit-down restaurant you want to enjoy. If you need more information about advanced dining reservations, go ahead and check out this video. Note that there is an option to add airfare when you're booking. This airfare is totally non-refundable. It also often just isn't that great of a deal, so I would avoid booking airfare through this webpage and just book airfare separately like you normally would. Another additional option when purchasing a package is to add Memory Maker. You can absolutely do this with a package, but note that there's no special pricing. The price you pay with a package is the same as the general advance purchase price of $169. Even guests not staying on property can access that pricing. Magic Your Way vacation packages also typically come with magical extras. These magical extras often come with vouchers for things like free mini golf, free entrance to the ESPN Wide World of Sports, 10 to 20% off various places to eat, and most of these are located in Disney Springs, not restaurants inside the parks, as well as discounts at various retailers. Again, this is mostly stuff around Disney Springs, and you won't be finding discounts for anything like the Emporium or World of Disney. Magical extras are subject to change, so be sure to check out the official Walt Disney World website. When booking a package through Walt Disney World, you will owe a $200 deposit no matter the cost of your total package. A big advantage for many people is that overall the packages are pretty flexible. For example, if you cancel your vacation more than 30 days in advance, you are fully refunded for your hotel and your park tickets. Airfare, of course, is another story. In contrast, if you were booking everything separately and you'd bought your tickets a la carte, particularly if you bought them from a third-party website, chances are very good that you won't get refunded any amount of that money. Furthermore, your final package balance isn't due until 30 days before your vacation. If you were buying your tickets a la carte, typically you would have to pay that full amount on the day that you purchased them. This can be a real benefit. If you've purchased a package, you will have access to that 60-day plus FastPass advanced booking window. However, unlike if you had bought everything a la carte, you haven't actually paid for those tickets yet. You've just put down your $200 deposit. That being said, these flexibilities decrease dramatically once you move past that 30-day point. If you cancel between 29 and 2 days before your vacation arrival date, you will owe a $200 cancellation fee. And if you cancel 1 day prior to your arrival or later, then you will forfeit your entire package price. At face value, if you're paying the full rack rate for a vacation package, the main benefit here is just convenience. A lot of people will note that this is the most worry-free way for them to book their Walt Disney World trip. And while you will probably get some cost savings out of those magical extras vouchers, it's not going to be an enormous amount. So overall, normal Disney vacation packages are not discounted. You're paying full price for all of those separate components, you're just making it less of a hassle by bundling everything together. If there are no ongoing promotions, it absolutely can be monetarily cheaper for you to book things separately. If you still want to stay on Walt Disney World property, you can book a hotel without adding tickets. This is called a room-only reservation. Many times Disney offers room-only reservation discounts, so be sure to check out their specials page. And then you buy your tickets separately. You can do this through Walt Disney World, or you can also go through a third-party seller. There are a number of third-party companies that sell valid Walt Disney World tickets at modest savings. Or if you're looking to maximize your savings, you may consider staying off-property instead. Check out my video comparing staying off-property to on-property. And note that some off-property hotels, specifically those that are official Disney Springs area resorts hotels, may be a nice compromise for you. All of that being said, the real value here comes when Disney offers promotions that apply only to packages. For example, occasionally Disney will offer a free dining plan with the purchase of a package. If you were going to buy the Disney dining plan anyway, this can result in huge cost savings for you. Typically, these require both your room and the tickets as part of the package, and often there is a minimum night requirement for the length that you stay. Sadly, promotions typically have very limited inventory. So although in theory you can make a package really out of any hotel room by adding tickets, these promotions will often only apply to a subset of rooms at a subset of resorts. Due to this limited inventory, when these promotions are announced, they go super fast. To take advantage of these promotions, you'll likely have to be pretty flexible with your accommodations. Also note that in many instances, during this period of time where they're offering free dining promotion, there still are those room-only reservation discounts, and sometimes those can be a better value for you and your party. It's pretty normal to see up to 25% off at deluxe resorts, up to 20% off at moderate resorts, and up to 15% off at value resorts. And occasionally you can even see up to 35% off at deluxe resorts. So when these promotions are announced, it's really important that you do the math and figure out what makes the most sense for you and your party. Room-only reservations do require a deposit equal to the full first night of your reservation. Depending on where you're staying, it's likely that this amount will be more than $200, so your initial deposit for that room-only reservation will probably be more than the initial deposit for a package. The final balance for your room-only reservation is due upon check-in. However, the cancellation policy for room-only reservations is far more generous than for package reservations. You can cancel your room-only reservation 6 days in advance of your arrival with no penalty. And note that this video only covers cancellation policies and flexibilities when you book officially through the Walt Disney World website. If you're using a third-party online travel agency, be sure to check out their terms and fine print if that's something you think may impact your choices or your vacation. And if you're really hunting for the best bargain, don't neglect those third-party websites like Kayak or similar. With a bit of work, you can sometimes find prices that beat those listed on the Walt Disney World website. And by the time you combine hotel savings, particularly if you're looking at a third-party website at an off-property hotel, and those modest ticket savings you can get from third-party companies, well, that could beat the package price by a landslide. This can definitely be the most economical option if you're willing to give up the convenience of a package. And in my opinion, many of the main benefits of staying on property don't change whether or not you booked with a package. These are things like free transportation to and from the airport, free transportation to and from your hotel and the parks, access to extra magic hours, that 60-day plus advanced fast pass booking window, that 180 days in advance plus the first 10 days of your trip advanced dining reservations booking window, and souvenir delivery from the parks to your resort. All of these perks you will benefit from as long as you're an on-property guest, and that does not change whether or not you booked the room as part of a package deal. If you are most concerned about convenience and ease, then definitely book a package. In contrast, if you are primarily concerned about costs and you weren't planning on adding the Disney dining plan, then here are the steps that I go through every time I'm looking to book a Walt Disney World vacation. 1. Decide on your vacation dates, and assuming you're staying on property, decide on the resort that you'd like to be in. 2. Decide how long a ticket you need. 3. Check out the official Walt Disney World website for a package price for your desired dates and resort. Remember to add the length of ticket that you need as well as any ticket upgrades that you want. Write this number down. 4. On the official Walt Disney World website, find out how much just a room-only reservation would cost. Write this number down. 5. Explore third-party hotel websites like Kayak. See if you can beat Disney's room-only rate by booking through another website. If you can, keep track of that number now as your room-only reservation number. Browse ticket costs. I prefer Undercover Tourist, so I usually just go straight to their website. And write your ticket cost down. And last, add up the cost of your tickets. For me, that's from Undercover Tourist, and then the cost of your room-only reservation, whether that be through a third-party website or directly through Disney. Check to see if that number is less than the vacation package number. If it is, then I know I won't be booking a package deal this time. Let's go through a quick example of this process. I always start my Disney vacation searches by going to the Walt Disney World Special Offers page. So we can see that right now there's this highlighted offer discount, and then the rest are for military members and annual pass holders, which I'm not, so we'll stick with that Sun and Fun room offer. This has up to 25% off room-only reservations at all categories of the resorts. I'll enter my dates and let's check out availability. There's actually remarkably large availability right now across all of the resorts. But let's go ahead and look at All-Star Sports, say I'm trying to do a budget trip. For 2 adults for our dates, they have a couple of room types available, but since this is a budget trip, I'll go ahead and pick the cheapest standard room and add this to my cart. Now without the ticket, you can see that this is just under $880 total. So now let me go look at third-party websites and see if I can beat that price. I'm using Kayak here. I'm a big fan of this site, as I'm sure many of you are. And I'm just looking specifically for All-Star Sports for my vacation dates for 2 adults, and again, trying to beat that price of $878. Here we see TripAdvisor is listed at the lowest at $106 per night. Let's go check that out. Almost all of these are listed without tax, so you'll have to be sure to keep clicking through the menus to get the actual total. And here we have $841, so yes, that is in fact cheaper than booking directly through Disney. Now let's look at making a package deal. If we turned this Disney All-Star Sports room-only reservation into a package by including tickets, and remember to include any ticket upgrades that you desire, like Park Hopper, then the total cost of everything would be just over $2,000. Now let's explore buying tickets from outside of Disney. As I previously said, I always just go straight to Undercover Tours personally. I trust them and I've never had any issues there. So I'll select Walt Disney World and then I will choose the start date for my tickets to maximize my savings. Based on my room reservation, where I'll be arriving on Sunday the 23rd, let's say we'll start going to the parks on the 24th. Base tickets are listed first, but I want Park Hoppers, so we'll keep scrolling down. And I will enter 2 for both adults. The sidebar indicates that we're saving $113 compared to buying at the gate. That's exciting. And if we look at the total, it's about $1,050. So let's add the cost of the tickets from Undercover Tours to the cost of the hotel room that we found from Kayak. And you can see that this is about $1,900. That's definitely less than the package. So in this case, I probably would not book the package deal, assuming that there were no package promotions going on, which right now there aren't. If you found this information helpful, please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Ring the bell icon to get notifications for whenever I post new videos. Every interaction with this video helps me get more noticed by the YouTube algorithm, so I really appreciate it. If you want to chat in more informal ways, go ahead and find me on Twitter and Instagram at PixieDustPhD. Do you typically book a package deal regardless of the cost? Or are you the type of person that always wants to find the best deal economically? Let folks know in the comments down below which method you prefer and why. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll see you real soon at PixieDustPhD.